Yeah, I see it. Go ahead. What are we looking at here now?
Okay. So we are going to have a deep dive on Tonix Pharmaceuticals. The stock abbreviation is TNPX, and we'll have a deep dive on following topics about the disease population of fibromyalgia, the patient cases in Germany in hospitals, who are the competitors, and off-label use of products to treat fibromyalgia. Then we used our platform to find the key opinion leaders and the digital opinion leaders. I will do a deep dive of one doctor related to the disease of fibromyalgia, and we will have a TNXP fact sheet. So let's do it quickly. You see, fibromyalgia is a long-term condition that causes widespread pain and tenderness in the body. People with fibromyalgia often feel tired and may have trouble sleeping, thinking clearly, sometimes called fibro fog, and dealing with stress. The exact cause is known, but it might be linked to how the brain and nerves handle pain signals, making the body more sensitive to pain. So, fibromyalgia is a really serious pain, and it attacks several parts of your body. Huh? So, as you can see here on the graph on the left side, this systematic symptoms are pain, weight gain, cold symptoms, and multiple chemical sensitivities. And as you can see, there are many areas of um, disease related symptoms where it makes it very difficult to diagnose fibromyalgia. Often only the symptoms and not the real disease is treated. But I'll come to this into the next steps of the slides.
Okay.
So, as you all know, Lady Gaga is also suffering from this horrible disease. So, Lady Gaga, 2017, she canceled her tour because of fibromyalgia. And not even that, she has a charity about people who are suffering on fibromyalgia. So this is a really serious disease, and a lot of celebrities also suffering from this kind of disease. So understand comorbidities of fibromyalgia. So fibromyalgia is a disease, a rare disease, of course, very difficult to diagnose, and is often misdiagnosed. We will now explain how and what kind of symptoms and diseases occur when you have fibromyalgia. Before that, I would quickly explain what comorbidities are. Comorbidities is a medical term, means if you have a disease, it often comes with another disease. So, for example, people who have AIDS often have also hepatitis A. Okay?
Yeah.
And this can come. So let's have a look in this case. So 50 to 75% are undiagnosed or misdiagnosed due to the overlapping symptoms. In this case here, we are talking about people who are treated by the symptoms but not with the real disease. So there is a huge problem diagnosing fibromyalgia.
Hey, can we
So looking at this,
really quick one
mhm.
second for new members joining into the classroom right now, or anybody who skipped over the beginning of the video, can you really explain what we're going over?
Yes, absolutely. So we are now analyzing, based on Tonix Pharmaceuticals, their treatment. They have a fast track treatment for a drug, which I later will explain, to treat fibromyalgia. And celebrities like Lady Gaga are suffering from fibromyalgia. And the problem is that over 50 to 75% of these people are misdiagnosed or undiagnosed due to this disease. And what
Yes,
you're seeing here
yes.
now
And
is,
one quick thing, if you don't mind, for apologies. So one quick
yeah,
thing,
sure.
and for anybody who is seeing this, the company we're talking about is Tonix Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah,
This is
yes.
I am sharing my screen as well, so we could go ahead and check out the chart for
Mhm.
them because I know they're interested in
Yeah,
what's going on with the chart and probably confused about what we're talking about
absolutely.
here. Now, so
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
we're talking about here is TNXP stock, and me and Coach Saz Far are analyzing TNXP stock not only on the technicals on TNXP as we've caught TNXP for the last big bull run, but it's going down to this big discount back down now. So we're diving in a bit deeper, not only into the TNX-102 for the fibromyalgia, but even deeper than that to get deep down to the deep roots of TNXP and what Tonix Pharmaceutical really have going on. So towards the end of this video, we'll do a little bit deeper diving into the analyses on the charts so you guys can know what to best expect from the stock and giving you a price target on there. But I'm
Wow,
sorry about
thank you.
that. Giving them a quick update. Continue
Yeah,
on.
no, no, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So what you see in here, if you look at these thicker lines, these are the comorbidities. So people who are suffering from fibromyalgia often suffer from hematologic cancer, or here you see myofascial pain syndrome. I will not go through all of them, but what is the problem here is that you see here we are talking about a population between 4 to 10 million people who are suffering globally. That's between 2 and 4% of the whole population who are suffering from fibromyalgia. This is a really big population. And over 75 to 90% are women who have this disease. And most of them, nearly half of them, are misdiagnosed, are undiagnosed. So if Tonix Pharmaceuticals finds a way how to better diagnose, this is a huge market. But I will show you later on how huge it is based on the competitors. So let's look at the disease fibromyalgia. And there is a hospital in Germany, only one, 2023, who had an stationary treatment of maximum 4 patients in 2023. Let's have a look. So on the left side, you see that disease I already explained, and there the hospital, international hospital code, it's called ICD-10. So in every hospital around the world, they all follow a specific code, and this is called International Classification of Disease. So the code for fibromyalgia is M79.7. And in 2023, only one healthcare organization reported in Landshut. That's, you see here the German map. Yeah, in the southern part, so southern eastern part, there was one hospital who reported a maximum 4 patients. Yeah, it's not named. I don't know who it is exactly. Who were in the hospital, yeah, lying in the bed, so to say, treated by fibromyalgia. Most of the patients are ambulant treated because it's not a life-threatening disease. Yeah, it's not like cancer, so where you stay 3 weeks in the hospital. That's not the case. So I already explained that most of the patients are misdiagnosed or undiagnosed. And you see on the right how many other symptoms, yeah, you suffer from, which may cause to the disease fibromyalgia. So this is a vast, we are talking about really a lot of diseases, which all find the way to the code M79.7. We'll have a quick look about this clinicum in Landshut. You see here, this is the hospital, yeah, even the address and all the stuff. And you see here all the different diseases treated in here. And on the position number 12, you see this is the German text, and it says Datenschutz. That's German and means data privacy. So there is a German law. If there are patients below 4, then what happens is these are not indicated because otherwise you can analyze who might be the patient. That's why you cannot see the number, but it's below 4. So there. So this is not a treatment which is in the hospital where people stay in the hospital. Most of the patients are treated when they're treated ambulantly or in GPs, general practices. So let's have a crazy look in the competitor landscape of treating fibromyalgia. So there is Pfizer, and Pfizer did 2023 1 billion with their product of like Lucretia, 1 billion. Then there is
I
another
see.
one, which is from Allergan, which is a subsidiary daughter company of AbbVie, with Savella, with 100 million. And then we have Eli Lilly with Cymbalta with 1 billion. So we are talking about a market of over $2 billion. and that only in 2023. So um, so that pharma company, TNXP, we are talking about, Tonix Pharmaceuticals, is entering a market, and they are already in the fast track. On the fast track. So you only get a fast track for medicine if you can prove a really great efficacy and safety profile, which shows that it's much better than these drugs you see here. Beside these three drugs, there are, so we're talking about a 2 billion market size, and over 2 billion because the population of patients around the world is increasing, not decreasing. There are also, because of only three treatments at the moment, there are three other medicines which are off-label use. I'm pretty much explaining now what off-label use means. Off-label use means that medicine which has not proven to be treated for this disease can be used, yeah, but they are not officially authorized to be used. But doctors prescribe it because of the symptoms or other things, and then you say it's an off-label use. So in this case, there is a medicine from Teva, Neurontin, 800 milligrams, and then we have another one from Pfizer, and the third one is from Merck. I don't have any figures about this, but this is because they are not treated with that properly disease. They're using it for pain management or any kind of other things where they healthcare physicians treat the patients with these diseases. And as I already explained, there's a huge amount of undiagnosed and misdiagnosed patients. Most of them are female patients. So let's have a look about the deep dive on healthcare professionals who are really experts treating fibromyalgia. So if you look at the scientific papers, there are over 15,000 medical scientific papers published all around fibromyalgia. And then there are 16,241 physicians, researchers, clinical trial investigators who all working around this rare disease. So we'll have a closer look about an Italian doctor. His name is Piercarlo Sazzi Puttini, who has 48 publications only around fibromyalgia. So let's have a deeper dive on fibromyalgia and on this expert. And he works in Milano, in this hospital here. What you can see here, I cannot pronounce it, but he's a professor. He's in the rheumatology, as I already explained. One of the symptoms are joint and muscular pains, and that's why a lot of physicians are in that area. What you can see on the right side is a nice explanation on his website, yeah, which is also investigated by our platform. What you can see is a chronic painful condition of unknown etiology, characterized by widespread musculoskeletal pain and extraskeletal symptoms affecting numerous organs and systems. So this is a pain which is really serious, and there are, as I already told, 2 to 4 million worldwide of population, which is a very wide market. So now let's understand the TNXP clinical trial situation. So we have on the right side a lot of trials, and you see most of them are all completed, and they're wrapping up just a new one, recruiting. Recruiting means they're having new patients onboarding on that trial, and they have a lot of drugs which are already completed, which lead to 4 drugs. So we have TNX 601, TNX 1100, TNX 102, which is already on the fast track approval, and we have TNX 1300. All 4 drugs. Yeah, let's have a closer look about the trial situation. So we have 22 completed tracks, 5 terminated, and 1 which is just ramping up for new patients to be onboarded for the trial studies. Let's have a closer look on the results of these trials, because that makes the stock move.
Okay.
On any bioceutical company, it's very, very important how the trial outcomes is. If the trial outcomes are good, the stock goes rocket. So if you look at the clinical trial results on the left side, we have the TNX 102, which says, yeah, based on the trial result, significantly improved sleep quality and reduced fatigue among, we are talking about fibromyalgia, yeah, which is serious, and it was on a 2.8 megadose doses, but that was not enough. So they increased the doses, and when they increased the doses, they found really good results. So in this study, participants took a 2.8 doses, and then they increased it with the 5 milligrams doses. Yeah? And With this, they got these positive findings suggest that TNX 102 could be promising non-opioid treatment because it's a pain management system because you have pain everywhere around it, like Lady Gaga, yeah, for individuals suffering from fibromyalgia. Tonix Pharmaceutical plans to submit a new drug application, and they are already doing this mid of last year in the second half. The process is already ongoing. We're just waiting for the results. On the other hand, that's not the only one. They have TNX 1900, which is for chronic migraine. We're just waiting for the results. They are about to be released in this month because the trial is over since December. So if that is positive, that stock will go rocket. So then that's not enough. They have another drug, TNX 1300. So the study's just ramped up. They are recruiting. That's this clinical trial I just emphasized at the beginning. Yeah. And that is for people who misuse cocaine. So you are in the ambulance because of acute cocaine intoxication. So we are talking about three different treatment areas. We are talking about a fast track approval on fibromyalgias. We are talking about chronic migration, and we are talking about a treatment, acute cocaine intoxication. So if one of these trees kick off and have good results, this stock will go up.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
One quick question. So
yes.
is there a way to backspace on this? Like, can you backspace on there? Is there a way to backspace on the
Yeah,
side, the
sure.
last one? All right, let's go look at that last one.
Yeah, sure.
And so they're coming up with the update this month for the TNX-19900, is it?
Yes, yes, yes.
So let me read
The
this. Can I read
results,
this
the
off for a
results.
second? Let me read this off
Yeah.
for a second. So, as of now, the clinical trial registered under the identifier NCT 05679908, sponsored by Tonix Pharmaceuticals, has not yet been posted. This study, titled A Phase 2, double blind or randomized multi-center placebo-controlled three-arm parallel study to evaluate the efficiency and safety of the TNX-1900, the intranasal oxytocin in patients with chronic migraine, aim to assist aim to assess the effectiveness and safety of TNX-1900 and intranasal oxytocin formulation in treating chronic migraine. The trial was completed, and Tonix Pharmaceuticals announced that they expected the release of top-line results as early as December 2023. However, as of January 5th, 2025, these results have not yet been posted on clinicaltrials.gov. We'll look for further information in on that. And you said this is the one that they coming out with an update this month about?
Yeah, I assume so, yes.
I see. Well, yeah, well, that's something we're going to come in for another update on. I was hoping that when I read that it was saying some sort of date or something.
Yeah, there is no date. They have
Uh,
not published it. So the chronic migraine prevention study, they have not published the releases, but they will publish.
I see.
They have to.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I see. Apologies. My bad. Continue on.
Yeah, okay. So what we're talking about now is, so this has already started. Yeah, so we have three different treatments. One is in the fast track. Let's have a look about the FDA fast track submission, and that's quite exciting. So they have released on their own website and that they got the submission. So you have to apply for that if you get the allowance of a fast track. A fast track means that you have within 60 days you get a response. Yeah, normally it takes longer, but if you get the approval for fast track and you have to apply for this and you have to prove that your mode of action, so the mode of action, that's what you call it. If you have a new treatment, that mode of action has to be significant better than the existing mode of action which are in the market. And we know we have three different ones which are already in the market. I explained them already, yeah. And in this case, we have Tonix Pharmaceuticals has made significant progress on this drug, and
I
they
see.
would not already apply on a trademark for a name called Tonmaya. They have license legally for a trademark for this product if they were not confident that this product will go out of market. You see?
I see.
So they have a legally trademark on this medicine. I told you already, like Lady Gaga and all these celebrities, they are suffering from these drugs. This is a serious drug, a serious disease, sorry. And there are only 3 days. And we are talking about a drug which is over 15 years the next potential market entry. Yeah, I'm just reading this out so you see this. So I'm not reading everything out, but I'm reading out the really interesting part, this one here, and is on track to submit the NDA in the second half of 2024. They have started, it's a long process, 60 days, I told you already. If approved, Tonmya could become the first new pharmacotherapy for fibromyalgia in over 15 years with a potential market entry in
I see, I see.
2025. Yes.
There's also, I see
So if
down
the
here as well, that the company has completed, and this is very good to see for anybody who's wondering if they've done well in the past or how it's going for them in their history, that the company has completed two statistically significant phase
yes,
3 studies,
yes, yes,
Resilient and
yes,
Relief, demonstrating time use efficiency in reducing daily pain and improving
yes,
sleep quality in fibromyalgia patients. This is very good, giving more indications along with a fast track approval that this is already going to get a final approval and be out there in the markets with a potential entry being in the middle of 2025, giving us something mass to look forward to on top of all these other FDA pipelines that he is showing us now. And this is Coach Side along in the Banquet with Billy Discord. Coach Side does as well have his section you guys can follow along in. You can continue on. I just wanted to point that
yeah.
out.
So what I'm saying here is in TNXP fact sheet, we see here really, I will walk you step by step through all these 11 points. So what we have in here is we have first draft in fast track FDA approval. Since mid of last year, they are already working and waiting for the review. They did a reverse split. They have over 2 billion market potential, which I already explained in the previous slides. What is a challenge in the market is they have to find a way how to get a better diagnosis on this rare diseases. So they will start making disease awareness programs, yeah, and educate the physicians about how to diagnose a fibromyalgia, because we have already learned that over 50 between 50 to 75% got misdiagnosed or undiagnosed. That is the challenge they have to overcome to make really cash. Over 15,000 scientific publications. So that is good. There are a lot of physicians who have knowledge about this disease, who can support other physicians how to better diagnose this kind of disease. And then they have two further treatments in the pipeline and one positive revenue in 2023. They didn't have any revenue, and in 2023, they first had positive revenue of 7.77 million, and now in September they have already published 11.29 million. That is for a pharmaceutical pharma company in the early phase a really good achievement. What you can see here, 2019, 20, 21, 22, there was no revenue, and now they're ramping up and getting revenue, which is a good indication, a very good indication that this pharmaceutical company is moving up into the right direction. Yeah, that's all. That's all I have.
See, I see, and that's very good. That's very good, man. That was a lot of information that many of us and many of the viewers would not have had known. And I'm sure everybody seeing this appreciates that. And if you guys do appreciate that, give this video a like, and I'll be able to bring you guys more special guests with deeper knowledge in their fields on these therapeutics or whatever industry it is. We have professionals in each industry in the Banquet Billy Discord. And you can always join us in our Banquet Billy 24/7 live trading classroom, how we all in here doing our 24/7 live trading even now, okay? And I'm sure you guys want to see a little bit about this stock as well. So now that you got that
Billy,
extra
Billy, can you,
information,
Billy, can
huh?
you go and analyze the chart as we have discussed? Now the fundamentals would be nice if you can do a chart analysis on TNXP.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sharing my screen now, so we can look a little bit into the charting as well. And we won't be looking back too far because we don't need to go back and see all of that recent history back when. But we'll give you guys a quick breakdown of everything that's been going on with TNXP. Okay, and we are back at it. So check this out. Here on TNXP, we got this stock that's coming for a decent bull run just the other day. Man, I'm talking about what a ride in TNXP going from 16 cents all the way to the highs about $2, $1.94 to be exact. I know some of how you guys be in the comments, hey, that was a few cents off. This thing went to a big sell-off down all the way back down to the bottom of where it even got started back at. Now, a lot of people are wondering what's going on with this. This is a therapeutic. Y'all know how I tell y'all about those therapeutics, man. They're gonna come out with some FDA news. How TNXP back when they came out with that bull run, they came out with a FDA fast track for their TNX-102, the fibromyalgia. Some of the things that we were just talking about in this presentation by Coach Side. Now that would add to that bullish sentiment, given this big spike in. But being a therapeutic stock that nobody already believes in, because the people don't believe in these therapeutic stocks and people are already scared of those stocks going back down to those 52-week lows. They feel it was a bit too early in there. So this gives those of you who did not get that first run in TNXP a whole nother chance to get TNXP while it's back down here towards the bottom. And I am putting out another round of TNXP along in my section, not only for this round, but we also caught the last bull run at TNXP as well. TNXP is actually coming for a lot of bull runs in the past. I can take you back on a chart and you'll be able to see how TNXP stock used to move. Now, it slows down it slows down over time, being a wrecked therapeutic stock and whatnot because of for these health stocks, they really got to come in for back to back to back to back news. And if they don't come out with that news fast enough, then people about to sell it off. They got to make sure that whatever news they coming out, they got to do it strategically before anything bad comes into the markets. And keep in mind, while these therapeutic stocks and industries are treated as such, that still comes down to understanding to mind the overall market conditions because of your market conditions will apply. You can have the most bullish news in the world that come out on anything. We talking about you can have a company, that company done solved the life equations for the world and they doing it all. It could be the most bullish thing in the world. But then if those markets turning out being red that day with 4 or 5 thousand decliners, well, now you gotta hope that that one piece of news is stronger than the entire market conditions. That's really not the case. And these market conditions change fast. You're going to be watching a quick dip come into the markets at least once a day. So you want to keep up with your overall market conditions, especially when you're in hot stocks down at the bottom like TNXP. But if you are a swing trader, I guess it really make no difference, because you kind of already just looking to like swing trade and looking to lock in gains like off of when it goes from oversold all the way back up to bought. But if you're a long-term investor and you're a lifetime investor, the reason why I bring you guys this deeper information, why we do these thorough deep dives and whatnot, is for you guys who like to be longer term investors. If like this might be something for you, maybe you can, yeah, be a little bit more educated and up to date on everything that they do have going on. But for me, I'm still the swing trader, man. So right now, with average volume of 101 million, the current volume in the last trading day is getting up to 108 million. Let me tell you why this is decent. Because with that volume coming back in over that average volume and getting back ready to fill up that free float of 186 million, that float is easily fill upable with an average volume of already getting over 100 million. Average volume is how much the volume is getting on the daily on average. And we see that type of volume is making this thing already spike again. They excited for this. It's just not me just saying, and Coach Sai saying, hey, watch out for this. This thing finna come in for another super move down here from the very bottom. Still decent in that short interest. Not the biggest in short interest, but it's still decent up in there. And if I show you deeper on TNXP, I'll show you in a most recent the last trading days short sell analysis. We're gonna be watching daily short volume start to pick up here. Check this out. And all of this daily short volume see getting all big in there is how daily short sellers have been attacking the stock for the last couple of days. They're gonna come in for rounds of short covering and enough rounds of short covering turns into a gamma squeeze. That gamma squeeze is going to turn into a short squeeze. Now, people undermine the heights that TNXP stock can go to because look at this. TNXP stock, well, I got to go back to we were. TNXP stock was once upon a time at major, massive heights. Right now, we just looking for some extra larges to start to buy back up into the stock. Now, keep in mind that right now the overall markets are coming into a new year. They really trying to push the markets up. They trying to push the markets as far as they can to remain with the bullishness, but things are kind of overbought and kind of peaked out. So you might be seeing a quick pullback. So no matter what, you want to have your stop losses, especially when you're seeing extra large and large still going out, but you want to be in before they start just come in. And right now we're watching a very strong wave of bullish cost distribution starting to build up in TNXP and actually stay there in TNXP as the attention builds. And this is just the beginning of the stock. We're gonna dive deeper in on TNXP stock. This is a time like no other, especially coming into the new year with many things that they have going on. And there are a couple other ones you might want to be checking out too, like APLT, like SVSAVA, like NMRA. These are as well a few stocks that I am even holding in on down to this big discount. All health stocks, what a coincidence, right? Getting ready to make that next big run up for the safe,
Yeah,
easier.
we have a triple combo, Billy. As you know, we have a triple combo, and we did in one of the previous videos a deep dive about APLT. As I
Yeah,
can remember, we have one of the videos. Just watch them on our Billy Banking with Billy YouTube channel.
yeah,
Then you will find one of the previous videos on a deep dive on APLT.
yeah.
I
I
think we
did.
should do also
I
one
did
on.
just make a video
Yes.
on all of those, and that is a triple play combo. That is, you're right, a
Yeah,
triple play,
exactly. Yeah.
a quadruple play combo now, and then the extra one to that list, man. They all finna get
Absolutely,
ready to explode.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. You got anything
Yeah,
else on
yeah.
TNXP stock for the subscribers?
So I would say have a make your own investigations, but it's a good investment. It's a good timing, and take your move. Yeah, and watch it out. Next week, it's a hot week. We have a lot of biological pharma stocks which are very promising. Take your gains. Be careful. Don't be too greedy, but happy trading.
We'll see y'all in there, and happy trading.